Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Joanne, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. Today's video is going to be about my wardrobe or closet organization, which I'll be honest took me quite a long time to do, and I'll get into that throughout the video. But thank you so much for being here. If you haven't already, I'd love for you to subscribe. I make lots of cleaning and organization videos and also tips and hacks for cleaning and organizing, so I would love to have you here to join along for the journey. So the reality of this video is that it took me ages to do this organization, so I don't want you to feel like this is something that was done in a weekend or a few days. It took me months to do because I had lots to plan, lots to sort out, and it took me a while to do it because, to be honest, it was really overwhelming. And I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like things to be done a certain way and I want them to be done perfect. So if I can't have it done perfectly, then it's very difficult for me to start. But I just made a start with this and I got through it, and it took me a while. So you will see a lot of outfit changes throughout the video, but I got there in the end. Throughout the video, I'll go through everything that I did to plan and organize for it, and just talk you through what exactly I'm doing in the video. But there is lots of organization and lots of tips and tricks for organizing as well. So let's jump right into it. So in these before clips, you can see that everything was really disorganized. There were some items just thrown over the rails or on the floor, even if we weren't sure how to organize it properly. You can see most of the hanging things are on mismatched hangers, not very neat and tidy, things just thrown back into the shelves. We've got a sort of miscellaneous section of jewelry and hair stuff. And then we also have this top section that we weren't really utilizing, so I made sure to incorporate that into the plan. So the first thing I did was basically write down a list of what I wanted to do with the closet organization. So the things that I needed to sort out and plans for actual organization. So here I'm just assembling some organizers that I bought off eBay, and they're different sizes and shapes, so I'm going to hold things like underwear, socks, any sort of small items in these in my drawer. And as with anything, the first step is to start removing and sorting through everything in your space. So I'm just going through each drawer, sorting out what I want to keep, what I want to get rid of, and going through that. Next, I'm just cleaning out the drawer, so I'm going in with the vacuum cleaner first to pick up any dust and debris, and then I'm going in with an all-purpose cleaner and microfiber cloth to wipe out the drawers. And if you want to learn how to make my all-purpose cleaner, you can check out one of my recent videos where I made eco-friendly cleaning products, and I'll link that down below and up in the cards. So once I'd sorted through everything and folded it neatly, I started to replace everything back in the drawer in the organizers. So here are the same steps again. I'm just going through and folding all the clothes that I've organized, ready to put back in the drawer. And here I've got a drawer divider, which I didn't end up using, but I wanted to keep it in and show you because you might find it helpful to use in your drawers if you want to sort of separate it into compartments. I didn't find it was necessary for sorting out my t-shirts and tank tops, but it might be something that's useful for you in one of your drawers. So the next step was to pull everything out of the shelving and all the hanging items off the rails. So I did that and I went through and basically sorted everything, what I wanted to keep, what I wanted to give away, and put it into rough piles. So you can see here I've got a pile of different jackets and dresses and stuff on the bed, and then we've got a huge pile of all sorts of other clothes out in the rumpus room area. So here you'll see me sorting all my jewelry back into this organizer that I already had, but later on in the video you'll see a different organizer that I ended up purchasing that I found suited what I needed to store a bit better. And once I'd sorted everything out, it was really clear to see what kind of organizers I needed. So here I'm just going through and sorting everything into categories. So all my jackets, all my pants, shorts, long sleeve tops, short sleeve tops, I'm just going in and basically putting them all into groups. So next up is more cleaning. So I'm just going over that top shelf and getting rid of all the dust. As you can see, it gathered a lot of dust. So I vacuumed as much as I could. The vacuum cleaner didn't do a great job at picking up all the dust. So I just went in with a damp cloth to wipe away all that dust and dirt, and then went over it with some all-purpose cleaner and a microfiber cloth. And here I'm also just wiping the rails because they also gathered quite a lot of dust. So it's an area that you probably don't really think to clean, but I went in and cleaned that up. So now that all my clothes are sorted, I'm going in and hanging them on hangers. So I bought a pack of black flocked hangers, and it's sort of a velvety type material, and it just means that the clothes actually stay on it really well and don't slip off. And as a bonus, it looks really nice and neat and tidy when you hang everything up and they're all on the same hangers. So now it's time to start putting everything back in the cupboard, and I'm putting things in order of long sleeve to short sleeve and trying to somewhat color group them just so it's a little bit easier for me to see when I'm looking for an outfit. And one thing I'm doing is putting everything on the hangers with the hooks facing towards me, so the open part of the hook facing towards me, and then when I wear that item and put it back on the shelf, I put it with the hook facing away from me, so that way after a period of time, whether it's 6 months or a year or whatever works for you, you can clearly see what you have and haven't worn in that time, and it'll give you a good idea of what you may not be using, what may not be serving you, and what you may want to look at donating or giving away. If you have made it this far into the video, I just wanted to say a huge thank you. I really appreciate you taking the time out to watch this video, and I hope you're enjoying it. If you haven't already, I would love to have you as a subscriber. You can just click the subscribe button down below. So now I'm replacing all those folded items, and you might notice a few little post-it notes floating on the shelves there, and that was me just doing a little bit of planning and organising as to what I wanted to put where. So I did a bit of rearranging and wanted to make sure that everything would fit nicely, so I was just putting those little notes there as a reminder of what needs to go where. So I bought this new shoe rack, which basically filled up the majority of that space under my hanging clothes and along the width of that space as well, and I'm just organising all our shoes along there. So here I'm just sorting through some organising products that I bought, and after I sort of sat with the wardrobe as it was for a couple of weeks, I realised some extra things that I needed to help sort some of the extra items that can be stored at the top of the wardrobe. And I also put together a little getting ready station. So I've got a sewing kit, some fashion tape, some tissues, perfume, just some extra things that I might need to grab and put in my handbag. And here's that new jewellery organiser I was talking about. So once I'd gone through and culled all my jewellery and worked out all the key pieces that I wanted to keep, I categorised them all and worked out what kind of storage I needed. So this is the Stackers stackable jewellery storage, which is fantastic. It's not the cheapest, but it's really good quality and really worthwhile. So I just went in and sorted everything out in those containers. And of course, a very important step, if you watched any of my other organising videos, you know this is a very important step, is to label everything. So all those items that I was storing at the top that were sort of either backstock or items that don't get used on a daily basis, I was making labels for. So some of them were with my label maker, some of them were with labels that I was writing on. So as I mentioned at the start of the video, this really was an evolving project. I made decisions about things after I'd sat with the wardrobe for a while and decided I needed different organisation solutions. So here I've put together a unit that fits perfectly in the gap that you can see there, just next to our drawer and shelving space. And on the top there I'm putting what I call the wear again basket. So essentially those are clothes that are too dirty to go back on the shelf or to be hung up, but too clean to put in the wash. So things like pajamas or pants. And I'm also using the other shelves to store my jewellery box and my scarves. I'm also putting in some hats that I like to wear as well, and some different hair clips and headbands. This was also a great organising solution that I came across. So it's basically a pull-out hanging rail that's from IKEA that was great to store belts on. And here I'm just reorganising my hair clips and my ribbons into these little acrylic drawers. So you remember what this wardrobe closet looked like before, mismatched hangers, everything really messy, not great storage solutions and things on the ground. And now with a bit of time and effort, it is turned into a fantastic space. So here it is in 3, 2, 1.